Hello friends, Donkey Milk Soap is marketed as gentle and natural, with prices topping $20 a bar and growing popularity in luxury spas. But a mother donkey produces only a few liters of milk a day, and only for a short time in her life. So how does this product reach global markets at scale, and who truly benefits from the system behind it? Stay with us, because the answer is more complex than it appears. For this milk to remain clean enough, stable enough, and safe enough to touch human skin, something critical has to happen almost immediately after it leaves the animal. Minutes matter here, because donkey milk is not designed to wait. Under European food safety standards, raw milk must be cooled to below 4 degrees Celsius within 2 hours of milking and processed under Access HACCP controlled conditions. That leaves no room for delay. Once collected, donkey milk is immediately filtered, tested, and separated. Some is kept fresh for same-day processing, some is frozen to preserve proteins, and some is fermented for cosmetics. This raises a quiet question. If a milk cannot wait, can it truly be scaled to meet global demand? Unlike cows, which can produce thousands of liters a year, U.S. dairy cows average over 10,000 kilograms per year according to USDA figures. A lactating donkey typically yields only about 1 to 1.5 liters per day, and only for several months of lactation at most. Because donkey milk is low in fat and fragile by nature, farmers must collect it after ensuring the foal has fed, then handle it immediately to keep it safe for processing.
Would you like to come in?
Experts note that this low yield and biological constraint make it inherently difficult to scale production without intensive labor and high costs. Some scientists argue that selective breeding and improved management could increase yields, while others question whether trying to industrialize a milk that depends on a mother-foal bond is compatible with efficiency. When milk depends on a mother-child bond, can efficiency ever be ethical? When milk depends on a mother-child bond, can efficiency ever be ethical? But this moment only exists if something much earlier has already happened. Donkey milk can only be produced after a female donkey has been bred, carried a foal for about 12 months, and given birth. Unlike high-yield dairy cows that calve yearly, donkeys often have a single foal every 14 to 18 months, and less than half of pregnancies result in a live, healthy foal on the first attempt. Because of this slow reproductive cycle, increasing milk supply requires careful breeding programs, long gestation times, and extended care of both mother and offspring. That raises a tough question for experts and consumers alike. Is donkey milk really about milk? Or is it about managing reproduction, and at what cost? Birth alone doesn't guarantee milk. What matters is what surrounds that birth every single day. Once a foal is born, milk production depends entirely on the environment built around the mother. Donkey dairies that meet international welfare standards rely on small herd sizes, open, well-ventilated shelters, and strict control of stress, heat, and digestive disease. Diets are forage-based, supplemented with grains and minerals to support lactation without forcing yield. Unlike industrial dairy systems, donkeys cannot be pushed without consequences. But that raises a deeper question. Demand goes up, so farms should produce more milk. Then the numbers tell a different story. A dairy cow can give over 25 liters a day. While a female donkey usually produces only 1 to 2 liters, even on well-run farms in Italy and southern France. After that, time becomes the real limit. A donkey carries her foal for about 12 months, and milk is only available once the foal has fed. Meanwhile, farms need more land, more feed, and more care, all of which cost more. A short time later, growth slows down. In the end, the system can't scale faster than the animal itself. After the final milking cycle, donkeys enter a tightly controlled transport phase, eat. Animals are loaded at low density, typically 9 to 13 donkeys per truck, on non-slip flooring with mechanical ventilation. Transport distances are kept short, usually under 300 miles, followed by a 12-hour rest period before processing. Inside the plant, handling is done individually to minimize stress. A mature dairy donkey yields roughly 240 to 310 pounds of usable meat, depending on breed and finishing. In integrated operations, about 70% of milk-producing donkeys eventually transition into meat harvest, creating a dual output system that improves efficiency but remains fundamentally limited in scale compared to beef.
Farming today faces rising costs and labor shortages. Yet many think harvesting crops still takes days of grueling work. What if machines could cut harvest time by 50%? While turning waste into profit. How can farmers stay competitive and protect the land? This documentary reveals the game-changing tools transforming agriculture. The CYL fibre decorticator starts the process. It extracts fibre from cease leaves in minutes. These fibres become ropes or textiles, boosting farm income. A farmer says, "This machine turns my leaves into cash." Next, the banana tree shredder takes over post-harvest. It grinds banana stems into organic fertilizer. This cuts waste by 40% and enriches soil for the next harvest. Like Sisal, it maximizes what fields produce. Moving to orchards, the Revo Palmer apple harvester automates fruit picking. It shakes trees to collect apples without bruising. This doubles harvesting speed compared to hand picking. Similarly, Grim beet and potato harvesters dig up root crops efficiently. They process large fields quickly, ensuring no beets or potatoes are left behind during harvest. The Nexit Widespan modular crop system adapts to various crops. Its modules adjust for optimal planting and harvesting. Farmers save time by tailoring setups to their fields. Another multitasker, the Braille-Mia Motomower, mows grass and spreads liquid manure simultaneously. It prepares land for better crop yields at harvest time. For delicate crops, the sweet potato harvester lifts tubers gently. It prevents damage, keeping the potato market ready. A farmer notes, "It saves my crop from bruising." Finally, the Grimmy self-propelled potato harvester covers 4 rows at once. It drives autonomously, cutting harvest time by half. These tools make harvesting faster and less labour intensive. Now, demolition technologies support farming by recycling materials. Explosive demolition of gas holders uses precise blasts to dismantle structures safely. This clears space for agricultural use. Silo demolition tackles hazards like falling debris with strict safety protocols. It ensures workers harvest steel safely from old structures. Steel structure demolition uses controlled explosives to break down frames. This provides metal for farm equipment. The Morrow's HP 110 car shear cuts scrap cars into recyclable steel. It harvests materials for new machines, reducing costs. Nipigon River Bridge dismantling removes large structures while protecting the environment. These processes supply raw materials for production. Recycled materials fuel precision manufacturing. Coke production heats coal to create industrial fuel. It powers factories making farm tools. Steel forging shapes large ingots with hydraulic presses. A technician says, "These parts make harvesters unbreakable." Strengthens machines for tough harvests. Turbine blade machining crafts precise components. These high accuracy parts improve machinery used in harvesting systems. Glassline equipment manufacturing builds corrosion-resistant vessels. They store chemicals safely for production. Vidco Foundry Casting spins molten metal to form rolling mill shafts. This creates durable parts for farm equipment. Automated HA400 beam welding uses robots to join steel structures. It achieves zero-error assembly for harvester frames. A technician adds, "Robots ensure every weld is perfect." These processes make tools reliable for harvesting seasons. From shredding banana stems to forging steel, these technologies transform farming. Harvesting becomes faster with machines like the Grimmy, which saves 50% of labour time. Demolition harvests steel from scrap, cutting equipment costs. Precision manufacturing builds durable tools, reducing breakdowns by 30%. Together, they address farmers' worries about costs and unpredictable weather. This chain of innovation from field to factory ensures harvests feed growing populations without wasting resources. Farmers gain efficiency and the land stays healthy for future seasons. These machines are changing how we harvest crops today. Want to see farming's future? Share this video with friends and farmers you know.
Hello, what economic benefits can donkeys bring to farmers? Are they just pets, or is there more to them than meets the eye? Watch our latest documentary to find out. Most Americans see donkeys as stubborn pack animals from old westerns or kids' cartoons. That view makes sense. Donkeys don't appear in supermarkets or on farm tours like cows or pigs. But that misses a massive reality. Donkey farming fuels a global industry worth $1.1 billion in meat and $35 million in milk in 2025, harvesting products from 50 million animals yearly. This isn't a small sideline, it's a structured business, growing at 7 to 9% annually, supplying nutritious food to millions. Curious about how it goes from farm to shelf? Let's walk through it step by step. Farmers begin by breeding and raising donkeys in controlled setups for health and efficiency. They choose hardy breeds from places like China and Africa, home to 17.5 million donkeys in large operations. Farms use open pens with 10 square meters per animal, meeting animal welfare indicator standards. This space keeps donkeys stress-free and supports growth. They feed them ground corn, blended straw, and mineral salt blocks. These deliver nutrients for strong digestion and steady weight gain. Weekly health checks use AI tools to monitor weight and catch issues early, cutting illness by 30% per 2025 studies. In Texas, farmers switch from cattle to donkeys for lower costs and eco-friendly benefits. One Texas farmer says his operation boosts profits by 20% with less antibiotic use. Donkey milk sales add 15% more income per acre than traditional dairy. This care prepares donkeys for harvesting. When donkeys mature, harvesting starts with daily milk collection. Automated machines gently extract 2 to 3 liters per animal, following welfare rules to keep sessions short and calm. For meat and hides, harvesting uses strict protocols. Staff guide animals into dedicated areas without force, ensuring no panic. The process aligns with EU transport standards, limiting trips to under 8 hours. In Africa, farmers schedule harvesting around donkeys' work cycles like cart pulling. Trucks with non-slip floors, high barriers and ventilation carry up to 100 animals safely. Vets monitor every trip for comfort and stability. This careful harvesting preserves meat tenderness and hides quality. Harvested materials then move to processing plants for transformation. At the plant, teams process raw harvests in clean, certified facilities. Heads from meat harvesting are soaked, washed and dried to preserve collagen for gelatin used in cosmetics and supplements. Milk harvests turn into cheese through a quick heating and shaping process. Workers heat milk to form curds, then shape them into smooth cheese like mozzarella, rich in probiotics.
Could donkey cheese replace your daily mozzarella without allergies? It's 90% less likely to cause lactose issues than cow's milk and packed with omega-3s, similar to human milk, per 2025 research.
A California mum switched her son to it after cow's milk reactions. He now enjoys donkey cheese sandwiches without trouble. Meat harvests are cleaned thoroughly and slow-cooked with spices like star anise and ginger for rich flavor. This keeps the meat tender, with 50% fewer calories than beef. US chefs turn it into burgers or tacos for local tastes. These steps transform harvests into shelf-ready products. Selling these products balances steady demand with challenges. Exports reach US stores like Whole Foods, where donkey milk sales jumped 25% in 2024. Milk is pricier due to low yields, but blending with oat milk makes it affordable for older Americans, cutting cholesterol by 20% per Harvard studies. Chefs like José Andrés break barriers with pop-up dinners featuring donkey tacos, turning skeptics into fans and boosting awareness by 30% per 2025 Nielsen surveys. In Africa, inflation raised prices 5% in 2025, but the industry supports 20 million rural households. Farmers sell through co-ops, shipping cheese, meat and gelatin globally. This cycle ties back to farm planning. Donkey farming shows how overlooked animals drive big economic gains. From breeding to sales, each harvesting step of daily milk or seasonal meat builds a chain that feeds families and funds communities. Next time you browse the dairy aisle, that niche bottle might trace to a quiet pen halfway around the world. Try it yourself and see